Hello and welcome to another Lascannons video, and today we have the first battle report that I have done in a long time. This is going to be only 1,000 points, running 7th edition, Tau Empire versus Space Wolves. So we have Tau on the left, Space Wolves on the right. We are playing the Scouring. I'll go over army lists before anything else. So for the Tau we have a 10 warrior strike team. We have a broadside with high-yield missile pod systems, double drones. Then we have Shazo with 6 marker drones, a second broadside with the double shield drones, and then off the board we have 2 lots of 8 fire warriors, the bridge teams inside of Devilfish, and 2 lots of stealth teams, each with a fusion blaster. And then for the Space Wolves, we have 5 Blood Claws, we have 5 Blood Claws in a Rhino. Then we have a Wolf Lord with a Wolf Claw and Stormbolter, as well as 3 Wolf Guard, each of them with power axes and Stormbolters, all inside this Land Raider here. Here we have 3 Long Fangs, so that's the commanding guy, and the 2 Lascannons. This Rhino has 5 Grey Hunters in. We have another unit of Long Fangs with plasma cannons. And then we have 5 Grey Hunters. So we're playing the Scouring, objectives 1 there, 1 over there, 1 here, 1 here, 1 there, and the Cupcake casing is the last one. And Tau are going first, so we'll be back at the end of turn 1. So at the end of Tau turn 1, I made a fatal error. Having not really played in a long time, and not paying attention to any of the stuff that my units actually had, I decided to fire the Markerlight shots at the Land Raider, suddenly realizing that none of my stuff could actually even glance it. So I wasted 4 Markerlights on there, and then proceeded to fire off the broadsides at the Grey Hunters over there, and this one fired at the what are they called? Blood Claws over here. No wounds inflicted, unfortunately. They made the saves over there, and nothing went through over here. And unfortunately, the Fire Warriors at the front were out of range at this point. So we're just going to wait for them to move up and hopefully be able to do something. So we're moving into Space Wolves turn 1. So at the end of Space Marine turn 1, let's see what happened. So we have the Blood Claws, which moved up and ran 6 inches over here. The ones in this tank moved up as well. This Land Raider moved up with the command squad inside and fired Lascannons at the my command squad over there, the Tau group, and managed to inflict no wounds. So I got a bit lucky there. The Grey Hunters in here moved up, and they also fired, except they were firing on the broadside. They didn't manage to do anything to it. The Lascannons fired over here. No, sorry. No, they fired at this broadside. I managed to do nothing to it. The plasma cannons actually did some damage, took out a wound from the broadside, and then the Grey Hunters over there moved up and ran because they're not quite within range of anything yet. So this is just how the table looks at the moment. It's still quite a way back. So we'll see what happens in Tau turn 2. So Tau turn 2 ends, and we started to do some serious damage. Starting off, the 2 Devilfish and the Stealth Suits came in. So one came in here, and one came in over there. They both turbo boosted up. The Stealth Suits came in over here, and the other lot came in there and scattered. Very dangerously close to the edge of the table, but they were okay. The squad fired off the Melter and managed to immobilize the Land Raider, which was pretty decent. And the other lot fired at the Grey Hunters and did absolutely nothing. So then over here, Fire Warriors and high-yield missile pods shot into this unit, took out 1 guy, didn't do anything to the Rhino. The marker lights were put on this Rhino, and the missile pods managed to get some crew shaken stuff and strip away some hull points, and the high-yield missile pod managed to actually wreck it by stripping away the final hull points, so there's been an emergency disembarkation there. And then this is the other Devilfish that's just sort of moved up towards the objective, and then of course the Stealth Suits have jumped away to try and get out of the line of fire. So a pretty decent turn. We managed to do some serious damage to the tanks at least. So let's see what these Space Wolves can come back with in their turn 2. Wrapping up Space Wolves turn 2, and you can see the army has pretty much come to a standstill, but they've managed to do some pretty interesting serious damage here. So the immobilized Land Raider and the command crew, which got out, all fired on the stealth suits and managed to wipe out that unit. You can see these guys, Bloodclaws, have moved up. They assaulted this Devilfish, and it's now on 1 hull point. The Lascannon Longfangs shot at these stealth units, took out 1. The Plasma guys fired some shots in. 1 went way over here. 1 went back and nearly killed them, but they were okay. Those Grey Hunters weren't close enough to do anything, so they sort of moved up. And those Bloodclaws moved up onto, towards the objective, where the Devilfish is, and they assaulted the objective, assaulted the Devilfish, not the objective. They got down to 1 hull point. So, that's how it looks at the end of turn 2. Okay, so having done Tau turn 3, we'll just review what happened. So, the squad in here piled out with their pulse blasters and ripped to shreds this unit of Bloodclaws with AP3 Assault 2. It's kind of extremely deadly at that sort of range. These guys moved up. They put some shots into the Rhino, but didn't manage to even glance it. The same thing with the broadside, just tried to do some damage, but nothing happened. Left those guys alone. The stealth suits took out the plasma team and jumped to avoid being shot by the Lascannons. The marker lights went into the Bloodclaws over there to improve probability of killing something. This guy fired at that unit. I'm not sure if it took out 1 this turn or last turn, but there are only 4 left there. And the Bloodclaws that were here before got ripped to shreds by these pulse blasters. So the pulse blasters, again, proving extremely useful against Space Marines, just because AP3 is very good for us. So this is how it's looking at the moment. So it seems like we're doing pretty well. And we'll see what happens in Space Wolves turn 3. So moving into the Space Wolves turn 4. As you can see, we've had the assault of the Bloodclaws move in, just thrashing through all of the poor and unfortunate fire warriors that were there. They just weathered everything and went straight in and tore them to shreds. There's 1 left who's just about hanging on there. You can see that the Terminators moved up and fired a load of shots over here, as well as the Land Raider. So we're down to 5 guys in this unit. Nothing went off the broadside. Those 4 Grey Hunters shot at the stealth suits but did nothing. So I seem to have control of some of the objectives, but this one's clearly being taken away, and it looks like the Terminators are going to come in and potentially remove this unit. So I'll have to see what I can do in my turn 4. Okay, so wrapping up Tau turn 4, let's see what damage we could do. So we lost the combat here to the Bloodclaws, and they've just consolidated over here. Move the tank up to try and block off the commander if we can. I don't think it's going to quite make it. These guys couldn't really do anything because they weren't close enough to get some shots in or couldn't see anyone. Marker lights lit up the command unit, and we managed to, as you can see, we took out 2 of the Terminators, so they've still got the Wolf Lord and 1 guard there. Missile pods and Devilfish fired into the unit here, as well as the stealth suits. Took out the Grey Hunters. So we've got the Long Fangs, immobilized Land Raider. Empty tank now, with the Bloodclaws out here, and those guys left for the Space Marines. So let's see what they do in their turn 4. Space Wolf turn 4, and you can see the tank moved over towards the objective. The Wolf Lord and his Terminator accompanying him assaulted the Devilfish and managed to finish it off, so the drones are just left over there. The Bloodclaws assaulted the Marines, troops even, fire warriors, and managed to take out a bunch as well as some shots that went on. So we've only got 2 left, and they are running away currently. And the Bloodclaws are consolidating towards this objective, which is very dangerous for us. And then, apart from that, the Long Fangs over there just moved and ran to try and get close to the objective, but they're not quite within range for it yet. So we'll see what happens in Tau turn 5. wrapping up the 5th turn for the Tau. Here's a look at the board currently. Basically, I put the marker lights and all the shots from these 3 guys into, blood claws there to finish them off. The drones managed to take a wound from the Wolf-Lord, which was quite impressive, and then jumped over. Then these guys are staying on the objective, Devilfish moved up, and the Stealth Suits moved up, managed to take out one of the long fangs with a Lascannon, so they're just sitting near the objective now. And that's it, so we'll see what Space Wolves do. Okay, so wrapping up, the game ended on turn 5. So we've taken a look at all of the objective markers to see what they were, but I'll just go over what happened. So basically these guys tank shot and then shot at the drones over here, so they're fleeing the table. There's nothing there. The shots from the Land Raider went in to take out some of the gun drones. The long fangs were not close enough to contest the objective at the end of that. So, overall, let's look at what the Space Wolves have. They have the 2 victory points from this objective. They're not quite close enough to this edge to make a line breaker, and my warlord is still alive. So Tau get the line breaker over there. Then in terms of controlled objectives, this had moved up previously, so we have 1 from this objective, 2 more from this objective makes 3, 4 more from this objective because those guys are just close enough, makes 7, and then we have 3 over there, makes 10. 10 from the game conditions, and then we also have First Blood makes 11 and Line Breaker makes 12, versus the 2 for Space Wolves. So, interesting game. I really sort of misused my units at the early stage, so I had to really get back into it at the end. It looks a bit very tense when the Blood Claws were coming over, but I just about managed to deal with them thanks to the marker lights boosting up all of my shots, and that tank managed to block off some of the movement, which was pretty useful. Land Raider was definitely one of the worst opposing things, because I had nothing that could deal with it apart from the lucky Fusion Blaster, which managed to immobilize it, so that was very good on my part, very lucky there. But yeah, so I think the broadsides underperformed today. Marker lights were very good. As per usual, the Pulse Blasters were exceptional at taking out single units of standard Space Marines. But I think overall, yeah, the points have to go to the Commander. I think he performed best on my side. So thanks for watching this video. If you have any comments or suggestions that you would like to make, and also if we have misread any of the rules, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know about that, because I haven't been playing in a long time, and also it's quite late, so we're bound to have made mistakes along the way. But yeah, don't forget to stay tuned for more tactic talks, some more battle reports, hopefully in the near future, as well as the Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Thanks for watching.